Hello everyone, this is Rahil Ajani and today I will be discussing the IGCSE pre-release material Feb-March 2022 task 2. Those who have missed out on task 1 can have a look at my earlier video where I have discussed task 1 in detail. Now looking at task 2, the question says for each hole played, each player's name is displayed on the screen and they are asked to enter the number of strokes they played for that hole. Each player must enter the number of strokes twice to verify their score. A player can choose to see the total number of strokes that they have played so far in the round. So that is task 2 for you. Now let's discuss the pseudocode for that. Now, if you remember task 1, I had inputted 3 names, John, Pooja and Yasmin. So there will be 3 players in the game. Obviously, if there are 3 players, each of them would be having different scorecards. So scores 1, we can assume that scorecard is for John, scores 2, scorecard is for Pooja, and scores 3 is for Yasmin. Scores 4 is the 4th scorecard that we had declared in task 1 because maximum number of players as per the pre-release material was 4. So we had 4 scorecards with us and the name of a space for the name of 4 players. Now we are assuming that in our current task we have 3 players, so we'll be using the first 3 scorecards. There was one more assumption that we did in task 1. The question mentioned the round could consist of either 9 holes or 18 holes. So in task 1 we had assumed that the user has input 9 holes. So this program will assume that there are only 9 holes for that particular round. So that's why those first 9 indexes are highlighted in red for understanding. Now the question says each player's name is displayed on the screen and they are asked to enter the number of strokes they played for that hole. Now, if we assume that there are 9 holes in a round and there are 3 players, so each player will have 9 scores. So 9, 9 and 9 will get 27 scores. That means user will have to enter the scores 27 times. Now to do this, we have used a nested loop. There is a for loop and inside that there is a while loop. The while loop will take care of which player detail are we entering, and the outer loop, the for loop, will take care about which hole the details, the score is being entered. So the outer loop will work 9 times and the while loop, the inner loop, will work 3 times. So 9 multiplied by 3 gives you 27. So overall, it will work 27 times and then we'll have the 27 scores for all the players. Now the assumption, the names are on your screen, John, Pooja and Yasmin. Now let's begin and say the question says initially to display each player's name. So if you look at the repeat loop, output name, so it will display the name of the first player, that is John. And next to it, you will get a message, please enter your score twice. Now twice because the question mentions that each player's score must be entered twice to verify that their score is entered correctly. So we have entered the score once with input S. And below that, I'm taking one more input S1. Now it will throw you out of the loop only when S and S1 are both equal. That means if S and S1 are not equal, you'll keep on cycling in the repeat until loop. Because if the scores are not equal, that means I have made some mistake in my data entry. So this is like a validation check. It will take care that if S1 and S are not equal, you get an error message. Scores cannot be different for the same hole. So that was your code for checking the validation of the scores. Moving ahead, if you look at the output, the first time a name of John will get displayed on the screen. And now the second part of the pseudocode, assume that say I enter the score for John as 3. That means he has taken 3 shots to put the ball in the first hole. Now, if you look at the if statement, just below the repeat until loop, it says if I is equal to 1, then. That means if the value of the inner loop, that's the while loop, is 1, that means we are discussing player 1's score. So I, when it is 1, it would mean score sheet 1. That means scores 1 for player 1. If I is 2, that means score sheet 2. And if I is 3, then it would mean score sheet 3 for the third player, that is Yasmin. Now assume that the first player, John, has taken 3 shots to put the ball in the hole. So that's why you can see in that black cell, the entry 3 has come up. Because if the number of strokes taken are 3, it should be added to John's score, and John is scores 1. Similarly, if you look at the second statement, in that if I is equal to 1, the statement mentions total 1 is equal to total 1 plus S. Now, why we have done this is because in task 2, they have stated that at any point in time, a player can look out his overall score. Like if suppose after 5 holes, John wants to know what is his total score, then it should be made available to him. So for that, we'll have to start accumulating the scores of John in another variable. So for that, what I have done, I have taken an array called as total. Now the size of the array could be maximum 4 because there are 4 players. So each player will have one overall total, one total score. So 4 players will have 4 total scores. Now the statement total 1 is equal to total 1 plus S would accumulate these scores. How will it accumulate? Let's see. Now if suppose I is equal to 1, so 3 is getting stored in the array, scores 1. And at the same time, total 1 plus S would also see to it that 3 also gets stored in another array called as total. Now say after the first score of the first player is done, I want to put the entry for the second player, which is Pooja. So it displays me the second name as per the output, and say second time, I enter the score as 4. Now Pooja is player number 2, so her score will go in score sheet 2. So that's why scores 2 array has come up on the screen with a value 4, which is displayed in black. Now this 4 would also form a part of the total. So that's why 4 is getting displayed there. And similarly for the third player, Yasmin, score sheet 3 would get activated, and say Yasmin has taken 2 shots to put the ball. So total will now display that value as well. So as you can see, the total array is now storing 3, 4, and 2. These are the first 3 scores of the players. Now, if there is a fourth player, obviously, I'll have to also write if I equal to 4, then that's for the fourth player. So if I is 1, that means I'm talking about the first player. If I is 2, that means I'm discussing the second player. If I is 3, I'm discussing the third. And if I is 4, we are discussing the fourth player. And their respective score sheets would be updated, and the value will also get transferred to a total array. Now let's see if I input the scores for the second hole for each of the players, what will be the scenario? So here I'm assuming again, John has come up. So I'm putting a score for the second time. The same pseudocode has come up. Now say second time I'm putting John's score as 5. That means for the second hole, he has taken 5 shots. Now, if you observe total, that has become 8. Why it has become 8? Because the first score was 3, second score is 5. So the total has become 8. So what is the total array doing? It is accumulating the scores of each player in its respective cell. Same way for Pooja. The first score was 4 that you saw in the previous slide. Again, for the second hole, she takes 4 shots. So again, her total would reflect as 8 in the total array. Similarly, for Yasmin, assume for the second hole, she takes 4 strokes. First hole, she had taken 2. So now the total will reflect as 6. So I hope you have understood how the total is getting accumulated. So for accumulating, we have this code total 1 equal to total 1 plus S for the first player, where S stands for number of strokes taken for a current hole. And if I is 2, then total 2 is equal to total 2 plus S. Similarly, total 3 and total 4 if there are 4 players. Finally, the question says that at any point in time, you should be able to see the score. Now, what is the code for that? For looking at the score. Now, obviously, if I want to see a score of a particular player, I need to add the name of that player. Without inputting the name of the player, computer will not be able to give me a proper output. So the first statement is output, do you want to see your total? So either it's a yes or a no. If I say a yes, then it will ask me, it will give me another message, enter your name, where I'll be entering my name. And then a linear search would be performed. Now, linear search is not a part of the IGCSE syllabus for the current grade 10 students. So I will not go into the details of that. Now, what would happen is that it would search the entire loop for a particular name which has been entered in the variable n. Now, if that name is found, then it would display me, it should display me the details. And if the name is not found, then it should give me a message. So if name is equal to, if n is equal to name box bracket A, that means if the name is found, you output the total. In this case, the detail is the total score. And if the output is not found, if the name is not found, you display a corresponding error message, which is name not found. Now, this program could have been made more efficient, but since linear search is not a part of the syllabus, I didn't try to make it more efficient, because in the process, it will become even more complex. Okay, going further, assume I have to search, I want to find the score of Pooja. So assume I've entered the name as Pooja. As soon as I enter the name of Pooja, computer will start searching for the name Pooja in my original array name. It will find that at position 2, Pooja is there. So the record is found. And so the corresponding score of Pooja, which in the array was 8, that is at location 2 or index 2, will get displayed on the screen. And that would be the end of task 2. So thank you so much for watching the video. And in case you have any queries, I have shared my email ID. I'll be sharing it again in this video in the comments section. I'll also put the entire pseudo code for task 2 in the comment section, so you can have a look at it. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.